Well, good morning. Here it is. It's Friday. We've come to the end of this week. It's March the 18th, and I know for a lot of people, it's the end of spring break, or at least going into this weekend. Monday morning means back to school, and anyway, I hope you're doing well this morning. I hope that you were able to get some rest. We have received some rain finally. I don't know how much, but anything's better than nothing, and certainly want to thank God for sending us some rain. And maybe this is just the start of receiving even more. But anyway, this morning I want to concentrate and talk about, in 1 Samuel 17:26 is talking about how David, when he the title of the devotion is God is Bigger Than Your Giant. And of course, this story is about David. But I want to read the 1 Samuel 17:26. It says, "For who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?" This is one of my favorite passages probably in all the Bible. The story, of course, of David and Goliath, as we've always, probably most of us have always called this. But it isn't just a fairy tale, as some might want you to believe. This really happened. And, David's father, Jesse, as the story goes, he sent him on an errand one day. David's brothers, they had gone out to war with King Saul, and so Jesse, he wanted David to take some food out to his brothers. Well, when he arrived at the camp of the Israelites, David, he heard the voice of an oversized man down in the valley of Elah, and he was bellowing for someone to come out and to fight him. And the man's of course name was Goliath, and he was basically 9 feet 6 inches of solid muscle. I mean, he was a huge man, and I can't even imagine what that must have looked like. But certainly no one was willing to go out and fight him. That is until David showed up. I think what's the interesting thing about the story is that Goliath, he wasn't just simply hanging around down in the valley shouting at the Israelites. You see, instead he was coming up to the edge of the camp, and he was taunting those men, challenging them, cursing at them. And that's how giants are. I mean, when you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. You might be facing some kind of a giant in your life, maybe this morning, such as a giant problem, a giant challenge, or maybe a giant addiction. And as the days go by, your giant, it just seems to get bigger and bigger, and taunting you relentlessly. I mean, for instance, it could be a giant of fear. And no wonder. I mean, listen, it's so easy to watch and read the news and just become paralyzed with fear. It'd be easy to do. Listen, you might be facing a giant of personal sin. Maybe a certain area of your life where you've fallen repeatedly, and you just can't get victory there. A giant, if you will, is anyone or anything that seeks, to control you, hurt you, or, destroy you, or, just torment you in life. Listen, the good news is that God is bigger than your giant. He's so much bigger than any giant we face. Listen, the key is understanding and seeing, God as you ought to, as a great God. And then when you do that, when you see God for who he really is, then you will see your problems for what they are. They become much smaller. You see, God is bigger than what you're facing today, whatever that may be, and probably any one of us, we face, all sorts of giants. It may be financial giants, or maybe, like I said, addiction. It may be just maybe something that's causing you to stumble and you repeatedly, and you just, like I said, can't get victory with those things. I'm here to tell you, we serve a God that's bigger than anything that we face. A lot of it's just fear of the unknown, I think. And so I hope that gives you some maybe some confidence today to know that God will get you through whatever it is you're going through. And certainly hope that you have a good Friday today. Have a great weekend. And as always, Angie and I, we love you guys. We're praying for you. And if you're not worshiping somewhere on Sunday morning and you're close by, come join us at Hydro First Baptist Church. We'd love to have you. But anyway, Lord willing, I'll see you soon. God bless you.